How's it going, everybody? This is Cameron White with White Light Astrology, giving you guys your weekly forecast of what the heck is going on in the universe. This week's kind of intense. This week is it's a lot, but it's not at the same time. We just got out of Taurus season. The sun is now in Gemini, and we have a lot to face this week. Mercury's going to be making some aspects to Pluto and to Neptune. It'll be trining Neptune. It'll be it'll be trining Pluto and be sextiling Neptune. And as Mercury is in Taurus, this is going to give our intellectual beingness and our thoughts, our logical sense of reason, and all that kind of stuff is going to be under this deep transformation of what is more grounded, what makes more sense, what is going to give me better results, but what is also in alignment with who I am. And with this Mercury in Taurus, you're going to feel very stubborn this week. You're going to feel very grounded in your beliefs, but you can be very resistant to change. And this whole week is about change. As we stepped into Gemini season and we pull apart the dynamics of, the thing is with Gemini is it's the twins. It's not this or that. It's it's a whole nother world here and a whole nother world there. It's not black or white. It's two different perspectives. And as the sun's now in Gemini and we start making our way through this week, and we have the new moon in Gemini as well, this whole week is really about actually taking that step forward and doing something different. As Mercury's in Taurus, it's going to be very hard. You're going to be very resistant, and resistance is just not accepting what is, and you're going to feel very resistant to this change. It's going to be very uncomfortable. It's going to bring up a lot of emotions, but this is a very, very, very crucial time, because as Mercury starts to, what happens? I think it's on like Tuesday. Mercury trines Pluto and starts sextiling Neptune. This is now, like, we're stuck in our ways, we have our minds straight, and then it's all of a sudden, okay, we have to change the way that we look at things. We have to change the way that we think about things, but it needs to be real, it needs to be grounded, it needs to be effective, and it needs to work. But it's also sextiling Neptune, so it's like, but it needs to be in alignment with who you are. It needs to be in direct course with what is your higher self telling you, what is your spirit telling you, what's in more of alignment, what's going to bring up the stuff that you repress, and what's going to heal yourself. And so this week, you're going to feel very stuck and very like that, and especially as Mars will be sextiling Uranus and Venus all week, as Venus and Uranus conjunct, bringing these emotions to yourself and this passion to yourself up into an explosive energy. It's going to be all up in your face, and it's going to be really intense. And on Monday and Tuesday, as we have this moon go over Aries and go into Taurus, it's going to be all this sporadic and chaotic, passionate energy, and then it'll move into Taurus, where you're going to feel very stubborn, very grounded. It's going to be hard for you to shift. It's going to be hard for you to change your perspective of things and all that kind of stuff. And then it's the moon will enter Gemini on Wednesday, and that's when we're going to have this new moon. And it's going to pull you apart, and it's going to stretch you to what your capabilities are. And I don't want to scare anyone when I say this, because it's not like, this is some crazy, crazy stuff. This is just, this is the time where you can't take in your emotions to play. You can't take in, all these little ifs, ands, and buts, and how you feel and all that stuff. You got to look at shit logically this week. As this new moon enters Gemini, what is going to be best for you? What's going to be more of an expression of who you are? What's going to be in a more of alignment? What makes more sense? What's more adventurous? What's more fun and exciting? This is Gemini energy. What is how do you want to be? Like, as this new moon, this is a time to set intentions, to have a new energy for yourself. It's all about who do you want to be, how do you want to be it, and who else can you be? It's not about, oh, I'm this way and that's it. You can be X, Y, and Z. You can live in the land of and be multiple people. I'm not saying, if you're bipolar, have multiple personality disorder, go crazy or anything. It's like, you don't have to just be one person. You can be whoever you can be whoever you want. You just got to be your authentic self. And this Mercury in Taurus, all this kind of stuff, it's going to be hard for you to kind of get that through your brain. You're going to be very resistant to it. However, as the energy moves throughout this week, it's going to get really, really, really intense. Your actions are going to feel it's going to be hard to be focused. It's going to be hard to take movement on things, because Mars is still opposing Saturn. And then, yeah, that's what this week's looking like, guys. I'd go into the days, but it really doesn't even matter, because after this moon goes into Gemini, and this is a great opportunity to go, you know what, man, like, I'm tired of resisting this. I'm tired of being stuck in my old ways. I got to do what makes sense. I got to do what's, you know, what's purposeful, what's logical, and go with that. And that's what's going to be your best outcome. And then on, what's it called? What else is going on? And on Wednesday, that's when the sun will finally start making an aspect as well. This week, well, up until Wednesday, the sun won't be making any aspects, so it's not going to be like the most craziest thing like happening to you on a day-to-day basis. It's going to be more about your feelings and your emotions and stuff like that. And then on Wednesday, as the sun trines Jupiter, that's when it's going to start being, you know, going back to what's your relationship with yourself. What are the best things about it? What's going to be healthier for you? What's right for you? What's more in alignment with who you are? And what's fair for other people? You know, are you in a situation, are you in a lose-lose situation with someone, like where you're not gaining anything and they're not gaining anything, yet there's still an energy flow between you guys, and you want to create that to a win-win situation this week? Or if you have an attachment to anything, or if you have a negative habit that you have, how is that you know, a win-win situation? If you have a negative habit, or you're doing something that you know is not in alignment with yourself, it's just creating lose-lose situation. You lose, they lose, and it's time to start winning. It's time to start going, you know what, this isn't working, this is not effective, let's do something different. And let's, even though it's going to be hard to change, it's going to be hard to step into that role, that's what's going to be best for you. On Thursday, oh no, my bad, Thursday's the new moon, I lied. We'll also have another yod going on with Jupiter and Neptune, but now Mercury's right there. So now we have Mercury and Neptune going back to, okay, I'm really stuck in my ways right here. This is my only thought process. This is what works. This is what's effective. This is, you know, how I can, you know, give myself security and stability. As it's sextiling Neptune, Neptune's going to be like, well, is this in a higher octave of you? Is this a higher, better version of you? Like, Neptune in Pisces wants just to make sure that you're being authentic and that you're being who you are and expressing your opinion and being yourself without adapting to everyone else and having to be like everyone else. And so with this Mercury and Taurus, it's like, okay, you can get grounded in a new idea, a new belief, get situated in it, as this, especially as Thursday with this new moon. And as they both quincunx Jupiter, this is going back to the whole relationship with yourself, the whole lose-lose situation, the whole win-win situation. What kind of relationship do you have with yourself, and how does that reflect on your relationship to other people? On Wednesday and Thursday, or I mean Thursday and Friday, after we have this new moon, and then the moon will then conjunct Mars, it will also be opposing Saturn. It's going to be like, Saturn wants you to go forward and move upward, while Gemini wants you to spread out and look at things like that. And as this happens, it's going to be like, okay, I know I need to be going up. I know I need to be reaching higher. That's that Saturn energy. But you got to look at your surroundings. You got to look at what your resources are, what you can actually use, what you can understand more about your ground level and where you're at right now in order to move forward. And it's going to be a little bit hard. However, this is when it gets a little bit crazy. After we have this new reset of, okay, what's going to make more sense for us? What's going to be better? What's going to give us, what just makes more sense? Then on Friday, the moon will be going into Cancer, and it will be, it's going to be a little bit of an emotional roller coaster. That's when you get the chance to really trust the process. That's my biggest advice, is you're going to go through all this intense emotions with the moon in Aries for Sunday and Monday, and then on Tuesday, the moon will be in Taurus. Tuesday and Wednesday, the moon will be in Taurus. You're going to feel very stubborn, very stuck, very slow, not going to know how to feel. You're going to kind of be void of emotions. And then Thursday and Friday is when it's like, wow, dude, I got to do shit that makes sense. I got to, you know, I got to do what's right. I got to do what's fair. I got to do what logically makes sense and detach my emotions from it. And then Friday is when we start to feel the emotions. And when I say feel the emotions, that means like the after effect of it. It's kind of like, you know, when there's an earthquake in the middle of the ocean. Yeah, sure, there's an earthquake, but what's the ripple effect of that? And with this moon in Cancer, when it goes into Cancer, it'll start squaring Jupiter. It's going to be like, you're going to start beating yourself up. You're not going to, you feel like you don't trust yourself enough. You feel like you don't, like you're not ready to go that far yet, and you want to stay where it's comfortable. And this is the biggest thing on Friday, is you got to trust the process. You just got to trust, and you just got to know that you know that you know that you know that you made the right decision. Otherwise, you're going to start beating yourself up. Things aren't going to be working out for you the way that you want it to. So on Friday, I challenge you to trust the process. Trust yourself for fuck's sake, and start trusting other people. Start trusting the situation that you put yourself in, and start really trusting the universe that you're taken care of and blessed. And that's basically what I got for you guys. Like, I know this new moon in Gemini is going to be pretty insane and intense, but that's just what's going to be happening. So I am always sending you love, light, and abundance. If you guys would like to book a reading for me, please reach out to me on any of my social medias or my email at whitelightastrology@gmail. Check out my music, my Twitter, all that kind of stuff, and I'll be with you guys this week for sure, because I'm riding this one too. This is it's definitely intense for me. I'm having like a Mars return and all this moon stuff right on top of it. It's insane. But anyway, I'll be with you guys this week. You'll be able to get through it. Just ride. This is a roller coaster you got to ride. The universe is just going to take you for a little spin, and you just got to go with it, and you just got to trust the process. And whatever decision you decide to make on Thursday with this new moon, trust that you did the right thing, even if you didn't do the right thing. It's always going to work out in your favor, and everything happens for a reason, for your benefit. So I'll be with you guys this week. I'll be thinking about you. I'm sending you guys a lot of energy. I would like the favor back. I could use some energy right now. So I want to thank you guys again for everything that you do, and I will be seeing you next week on the next episode. So thank you guys.